I'm a massive fan of Hellboy. God, I mean, look, goddamn, man. I got one. I got two. I even got the cartoon. I love Hellboy. Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Now, today's review is for 2019's reimagining reboot of Hellboy. Okay, I went into this movie feeling a certain kind of way. Yes, I had some prejudiceness in me about this new film. I try to check my ego at the door and put all bad feelings aside and give this movie a fair chance. I hated trailer 1. I despised trailer number 2. Trailer number 3 made my ears perk up like a German Shepherd. I was like, okay, maybe. I'm a massive fan of Hellboy. God, I mean, look, goddamn, man. I got one. I got two. I even got the cartoon. I love Hellboy. Guillermo did the damn thing with 1 and 2. All I wanted, man, let the man finish his damn trilogy. But no, he wanted more money. They was arguing back and forth. They said, scrap it. We're going to get somebody else. We're going to go get Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall! You know how I discovered that fool? Years ago, I'm at Blockbuster looking through the discount section years ago and found a movie called The Descent, directed by Neil Marshall. Now, don't get me wrong. This movie's good. But you missed the point. I found it on the discount rack at Blockbuster. It was not worthy for the big screen. This is his first chance at a property for the main menu, the big screen, the big enchilada. Dude, here's an epic fail, homeboy. I didn't like this joint. And I went in there trying to, fold my arms, be like, man, I try hard to be the shepherd. I even sat next to a dude who's never seen Hellboy 1 or 2. And over here, I sat next to a female who's a big fan of 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay, I got a nice gauge right next to me to view this movie. David Harbour has took over the title role from Ron Perlman. I feel a certain way about that, but I love David. David is cool, man. I love him on Stranger Things, but he's big on Stranger Things because what? It's streaming on Netflix. Some actors are tailor-made for Netflix, man. And this movie starts out with a lot of exposition. Beginning opens up with the villain and, everything that happens to her. So it's kind of a cool little backstory with Milla Jovovich. But this movie promises to be action-packed. There's more special effects than there is action. There's a difference. Don't be fooled by the damn trailer. Lots of special effects, not a lot of action like you think. And they got CGI blood for days. It's a hard rated R, so you can't take your kids. Only if you into blood and guts, which I love blood and guts, as long as it comes along with a good story. Man, everybody in the theater was laughing at this funky joint. Not laughing with it, laughing at it, man. The dude next to me who never seen the first two were like, I don't get this, man. It's kind of fantastical. You got to get used to the world. Demons and ghouls in the depths of hell, all the way to the streets of London. You got to get used to that concept. But the girl next to me on this side said, you know what? This ain't working. They're trying too hard to be hard. And then it's laughable. Like Robert Rodriguez, some of his movies back in the day, From Dusk to Dawn, you know, you can't take it serious because it's so over the top. This movie did the same thing. I was trying my best to give it a chance. But if you love blood, if you love gore, A plus, it does it. David Harbour is not the problem in this movie. He's good. Now, his sidekicks in this movie are not the same as the ones in the first two. The water dude and the fire girl, I like them better than the sidekicks he had in this movie. They had very little to do. The female was a little better than the Asian dude, but man, jokes wasn't landing right. They was trying so hard to be hard. Now, if this would have just went straight to Netflix as a streaming type joint, I could accept its fate a lot better. This movie is going to bomb at theaters. Mark my word, it's going to bomb. For one reason, it's sandwiched between Shazam, a friendly movie for families, and then at the next week afterwards, you got Avengers Endgame. Hellboy, you about to get pounced on. The marketing was bad. Everything was bad for this movie. Now I actually see the movie. It's a major disappointment, man. Save those monies. If you want to spend them, that's on you. But I advise you, matinee or go to one of those discount joints if you can find one in your city. This movie is a major disappointment, man. But you might be into the blood and guts and no story, a whole bunch of exposition with very little action. If that's your type of movie, then you enjoy it yourself. You can't take a date to go see this. She's gonna throw up eating popcorn unless she's into demon dogs, hellhounds, devils and ghouls, and demons running the streets of London. Then take her to go see this. But your average girl, this is a bad date movie. It's not gonna work, Joe. It ain't gonna work, Joe. Oh, man. They fucked this up, man. I seen it coming. I don't like dissing movies, man, but you know what? The animation and the people who did all the CGI, they get an A plus because they brought some incredible characters and creatures to the forefront, some amazing things. But man, every time somebody got stabbed, it's CGI blood. They grab a guy and rip him from the loins down to his torso, CGI blood. Ripping off somebody's face, CGI blood. When people's head getting cut off and they're still talking and yelling, it looks fake. And it's so fake looking that it's funny. And you're laughing at the movie and not with David Harbour trying to be a comedic anti-hero in this movie. Man, it just wasn't working. But the makeup was cool on David. He was a good Hellboy. I'm not going to compare the two because that ain't right. Because I'm prejudiced. You know where my feelings are at. But he wasn't the problem with this movie. He was just in a bad freaking movie, man. Damn. Spend your money if you want. I ain't got nothing else to say. Yo, it's just my point of view.